Dear God, thank you for wisdom as we know what's right. Thank you for a vision as we know and have direction. Thank you for the strength to carry on. So many days we let go by, turn our heads, ignore the cries. Gotta be a better way today, Some say love might make you weak, but who's to judge my soul to take? I'm gonna walk the line today. There's always something one can do, a million ones can make it true. Trusting in our hearts what's right, we too. May God come down like rain, wash us over and wash away the pain. May God come down like rain and wash away the stain. No occupation, stipulation, power of life, emancipation, living side by side, yes we can do. Someone's got to feel me, someone has got to take this thought to heart, yeah. No one's gonna change me, no one is gonna take away my song. No. Open eyes and you will find there's no sound of voiceless sighs. A guilty silence has no peace, If I give my brother what I got, my brother has what I have not. Together so much stronger, yes it's true. May God come down like rain, wash us over, wash away the pain, yeah. May God come down like rain, wash away the stain. Truth is in our veins, yeah. Truth is in our veins, oh yeah.
Based in Southern California, we are Artists United to End Homelessness, coming to you from the LA radio studio in San Pedro. We recently began our 2018 Changing Hearts and Minds tour. Why?
In Greater Los Angeles, homelessness has increased 23% in the past year.
Youth homelessness has increased 61%.
15% of the 230,000 community college students in the greater Los Angeles area are homeless.
These numbers may be a little higher in LA, but an epidemic of homelessness is spreading across America, including suburbs and rural areas.
This is the mission statement of Artists United to End Homelessness.
Artists United to End Homelessness is a national network of artists with the following purposes.
1. To humanize the homeless through our creations so that homeless people are seen as the sisters and brothers of us all.
2. To promote a culture of inclusion where our stages, studios, galleries, and other spaces and opportunities feature us all, whether housed or not.
3. To help spark a nationwide discussion of solutions to the crisis of homelessness with a vision of ending homelessness.
4. To use social media to promote A, all forms of creativity that touch on the issue of homelessness, B, the growing level of activity of artists in solidarity with the homeless, and C, proposals to end homelessness.
The Santa Ana Riverbed. Take a walk along the river's trail. Move the tents to no avail. Little do they realize, each is a house for a pair of eyes. Will they ever realize, or continue spreading more lies? In the wake of public works mistake, misguided hate perpetuate. We're band-aiding a bullet wound, the bleeding not over soon. Hateful words take place of hugs, sweeping the dust under the rug. A society so self-absorbent, they're all just yearning to feel important.
As artists, what we want to do is we want to bring together as many artists as possible. And the reason why is because we want to make sure to be able to change the hearts and the minds of the public on this issue and on the topic of homelessness. The reason why is because we feel as artists that we have the voice, we have the power, we have the influence to be able to do that. With our art, with our creativity, with our passion, we are able to be the voice for the people that are unheard. We're able to change hearts and change minds because people often can relate to the things that we say, the things that we do, whether we're poets, whether we're hip-hop artists, music artists, whether we paint, whether we draw, whatever it is that we do, we are often the cavaliers. We are the people that they look to in regards to that influence and in a way to change their minds on certain things that they and see things that they never seen see things in the way that they've never seen it before. That's kind of the whole point of us uniting all the artists around the nation, around the world. We want to bring all the artists together and make sure that we take that stand and we be that voice for those people that need to hear those things. I want to start with a piece. This piece is called I Need $1. I want to kind of give a little bit of background because it's very detailed. There's a very specific way that I wrote this piece. One of the biggest issues that I saw when looking at the issues of homelessness is that the public and people who don't really know about the issue is we're very ignorant to exactly why homelessness even exists. And a lot of times you hear people say, well, that person should have just got a job. You know, that person should have just did something with their life, you know, and that used to bother me a lot. So I wrote this piece to kind of shine a little light on the fact that we don't know what these people have gone through. We don't know what their experiences were before they were homeless, how they got homeless. And that's what this is about. He walked up to me and asked me for change. I really didn't mind I had money on me that day, so I reached into my pocket to give him a couple dollars. He said God bless and that he didn't mean to bother. I told him it was cool. I tend to do this sort of thing. I give what I can when I can, and that's how it is. He said he likes that. And he doesn't want to bore me, but if I had a minute, he'd like to tell me his story. He said he grew up in the hood around the block from a liquor store. Said his moms used to beat him and his dad used to beat him more. Until this day, he's scarred for life. He's got cuts on his wrist from a stainless knife. He said he tried to commit suicide a couple of times, but the doctors wouldn't let him die. They always kept him alive. You see, his pops was a drunk. His mom's was a drug addict. With no room in the house, they had him sleeping in the attic. He said his life wasn't good as a kid, so he ran away because where he lived, he couldn't live. With one coat and 2 feet, he roamed the streets. Years later, he got into a fight trying to protect the girl. He almost took the dude's life. You see, the cops came swiftly and broke up the rumble, said he was a danger to himself and threw him in the jungle, the pen. The judge gave him 30 years to life because that same dude died in the hospital that same night. But see, by the grace of God, he's out on good behavior. I asked him what he need. He said he ain't asking no favors, but all I need is $1. The next day, a woman walked up to me and asked me for change. I really didn't mind I had money on me that day, so I reached into my pocket to give her a couple dollars. She said God bless and that she didn't mean to bother. I told her it was cool. I tend to do this sort of thing. I give what I can when I can, and that's how it is. She said she likes that. And she doesn't want to bore me, but if I had a minute, she'd like to tell me her story. She said she had a daughter, and her life wasn't always walking the streets, hoping somebody gave $1. She said, like these young kids say, I was a baller. I had a good job. I had my own car. See, I did what I could, but life got hard when I let my baby daddy back. See, he ruined my whole world when he raped my little girl. See, I felt so bad that I wasn't there to stop him. And then he skipped town and my baby had problems focusing in school. She was always depressed, always scared for her life. She couldn't handle the stress, so she isolated herself from everyone, even me. Would you believe that my little girl had thoughts of suicide? Neither did I, till I saw it with my very own eyes. And after that, it was hard. See, I couldn't forgive myself. I lost my job, lost my house, and my family wouldn't help because they blamed me and said it was my fault. Those words hurt so bad like a wound under salt. So now I've got nothing, trying to survive, putting all my faith in him, the man in the sky. You see, I follow the light and sees my savior. I asked her what she needs. She says she ain't asking no favors, but all I need is $1.
I'll give a little background on this piece as well before I read it. This was my perspective of one of the subjects that we interviewed while we were moving people from one encampment that was getting cleared out at the Santa Ana riverbed to another. Sitting in my tent, more time spent defending and pretending that everything's going to be just okay, that I will make it through another day. While policy turns a blind eye, do they want me to die? My bones shake worse than earthquakes. So, this is by my mistake? Say, by the hands of fate? I'll wait. Wait to hear of something good, a fairy tale ending like Robin Hood. You can't steal from the rich while they oppress the poor. They won't even let me into the store. I'm hungry, sir, I implore. Afraid of what they do not know. Here's a real reality show. Hundreds dying by the year. Am I the only one to shed a tear? This is not just by my mistake. Left in the garden, broken rake. It's something that we all perpetuate. This continued misguided, misplaced hate. Maybe turn our eyes to our state to open up the golden gates.
Putting homeless people in empty housing units is not a gift. The government owns hundreds of thousands of empty houses, most of which are move-in ready. The government also owns 77,000 empty buildings, which could, as apartments, house millions of people. According to Amnesty International, there are 18 million empty housing units in the United States.
We, the people, have paid for all of these housing units through our taxes, public services, and subsidies to banks. We should be able to stay in them if we need to because, by any logical or moral standard, they belong to us.
The homelessness crisis causes so many of us to say, what can we do? And by this we mean, what can we do right now? So millions of us go into our pocket to share $1 or a sandwich or to help feed or clothe the homeless with our friends or our church. This solidarity is beautiful and necessary, but it doesn't put one person who is living in the street into a home.
That can only happen when a big chunk of the American people are united on a solution, and that solution is to put homeless people into the millions of empty homes that are everywhere in the United States. Promoting the solution through discussions, through music, writing, and art is one of the most important things we can do right now.
Why should we live on the streets or in our cars in the richest country on earth? Put the people without homes into the homes without people.
We would like to have a dialogue with you and your friends. An event could be held in a school, a church, a park, a venue, or a private home. Let's connect. You can find us on Facebook at Artists United to End Homelessness. Email us at contactaueh, that's contactaueh @gmail.com. Thanks for listening.
Yes. There's always something one can do, a million ones can make it true, trusting in our heart what's right we do. No occupation, stipulation, power of life, emancipation, living side by side, yes we can do. Someone's gotta feel me, yeah. Someone has got to take this thought to heart. No one's gonna change me, no. No one is gonna take away my song. Open eyes and you will find there's no sound of voiceless sighs. A guilty silence has no peace, If I give my brother what I got, my brother has what I have not. Together so much stronger, yes it's true. May God come down like rain, wash us over, wash away the pain. May God come down like rain, yeah, and wash away the stain. The truth, the truth, the truth is in our veins. The truth is in our veins. Oh, the truth. Oh, they know the truth is in our veins.